I'm not looking forward to this. What is this god awful weather? It's freaking 45 degrees.
Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are located. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're finally going to be doing the rear camber arm for this car in this god awful weather. So, without further ado, nothing to really introduce to you guys other than the fact that this driver's side here is going to be a pain in the ass to do. But you know what? We're going to power through it. I'll show you, hopefully, how to get this off. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. As usual, chalk off your front wheels, and we're going to go ahead and jack this car up at the rear. Alright, now that we have the wheels off, let me show you guys what we're working with here today. Get the light. So, first bolt here, pretty easy to do. Got a bolt and a nut. That's pretty straightforward to do. What's hard to get at is the one all the way back there. So we're gonna crawl under the car and try to show you where that bolt is real quick. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is undo this bolt and nut here, and what we're gonna do is grab two 17s. If you have an impact tool, go ahead and grab it. Let's go ahead and zap this off. And we'll set this aside. So that's the easy bolt done. I'm gonna try to get underneath and get the other bolt. I don't know how much I'll be able to show you, but one of the recommended tools is one of these flex head ratchets so that you can angle it in there and be able to turn as much as you can. So I'll link this tool down in the description. This will come in handy, but let's go ahead and try to get that bolt in there and see if we can't undo it. Alright, so broke it loose with one of these flexible head wrenches here. I'll link this down below, but I also picked this up from Harbor Freight a couple years ago, I believe. But let me see if I can show you guys how I did this. Bit of an uncomfortable angle for you guys, but hopefully you guys can see. I'll circle it here, but you can see that bolt right there. What I had to do was get the flex head ratchet, reach it in through this way, and then if you come over here, not much light here, but basically what I did was, as I snaked that ratchet in here, I took my right hand and went through this way to secure it on there, and then I held it against that bolt and broke it free with that flex head ratchet. And now what we're gonna do is take a ratcheting wrench to get up there and get the bolt out the rest of the way, because there's not much room to really wiggle a ratchet around. Okay, so we got the bolt mostly out, but I can't really tell if it's out already. So what we're gonna do next is just take a pry bar to the bushing that's on the outside here. Grab the light. I'm gonna take a pry bar to that bushing and just kind of pry it, pop it out of this mount, and then see if the rest will just kind of fall out with it. Let me set this down real quick. That pops out. And based on how loose this is, I don't think that bolt is fully out yet. I can't really tell, so I'm gonna go ahead and get back under and loosen it, and once it comes out, we'll see this fall down. So I'll be right back. Okay, so adjusting our camber arm to be the correct length. So what you want to do is grab your old bolts here. So this one's the outside one. I'm gonna thread it in to the old one here. I'm gonna take the inside one as well, thread it in. And then we're going to take this here. This is the inside. We're going to put it over top of this. And then we're going to basically turn this part of the bolt, or this part of the adjustment, until this threads in nice and easy. Let's go ahead and try it out. Alright, so it's still a little too long, so let's shorten that a little bit. Alright, so that's about right. And then what we're going to do next is tighten these two jam nuts here. So it's a 32 and a 27, I believe. Let me grab the wrenches and check. So 32 and a 27, and we're just going to take this one here and loosen that up. Kind of jam these two. So once it's the correct length and you do this one, what we're going to do is take our 32 and 27 and just kind of lock these two into each other so they no longer move. If I can turn them the right way. Alright, these two are jammed in together and the length is correct. And then when you take it to the alignment shop, they're basically going to use the 32 to adjust your camber. So now that we've got this in, we'll just do the reverse of everything. And yeah, that'll be the driver's side done, and rinse and repeat for the passenger side. Okay, so once you have these to the correct length, what you want to do is tighten this nut and bolt here so that this doesn't spin freely. So to tighten it, what you're going to want to do is grab a 13 wrench and ratchet and just tighten that down snugly. Go. And then just to confirm that it's all good, this no longer moves, so we are good to go. Let's go ahead and install this inside the car. Okay, so getting it out was not a challenge, but getting this damn bolt inside back in was a challenge. So what I did was, for this knuckle here, or this piece here, I spun it 90 degrees and then I lined the inside up, pushed it in, and then with my left hand kind of feeling where the hole was, and then once I got it centered, I rested this part here against the top part of the strut here, and then crawled under and pushed the bolt in through. Once that was in, I kept wiggling the arm around a little bit until the bolt went through the last hole, and then from there just started slowly wrenching away. And once we got that snug, we haven't torqued it down yet, but once we got that snug, we went ahead and did this as well. And now the next step is to torque everything down. Now, when you're torquing anything suspension related, you want to torque it under load. Obviously, since the wheel's off, we can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our jack and place it underneath right here and jack it up just until our car comes ever so slightly off the jack stand. That's essentially mimicking your wheel under load. Then once we do that, we're going to torque these two down to, I believe, either 56 or 59 foot-pounds. So we're going to torque this one here. And then obviously on the inside, we can't really fit a torque wrench down there, so we're just going to have to go by feel. But that's essentially how you do the camber arms, and then we're going to rinse and repeat on the passenger side. So let's get this torqued down. Okay, so you can see the car is ever so slightly off the jack stand. That means we are good. And now let's go ahead and torque this down to 56 foot-pounds. Okay, everything is torqued down. Now we just gotta repeat this entire process on the passenger side. So I'm gonna set you guys down and then just kind of let the camera roll. If there's anything that comes up that you need to know, I'll let you know. But passenger side should be a lot easier. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so getting this side out was a little easier in ways and a little harder in ways. So getting a ratchet to the back bolt right there was a little easier. However, taking it out was a little hard because my hand had kept hitting the hard line right here. But you know, the bolt I think will go back in a lot easier. So same procedure as before. We're gonna go ahead and line them up and adjust them as so. Okay, we got it done. Still can't fit a torque wrench even on this side, despite, you know, having a little bit more access, but just get it nice and tight. That's about it for the rear camber arms. It is, what time is it? It is 7:49. We started this at about 5:30, so you know, about 2 hours, so about in line with what the estimated time was, plus, you know, with recording. So, you know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah, after finishing this, make sure you get your car aligned as well. Anytime you mess with suspension, get your car aligned. Do yourself a favor, or else you're just gonna screw up your tires more. In the next video, we're gonna be doing the front ball joints. That'll give us a little bit more negative camber, and then after that, we'll toss on our new wheels and get aligned. So, if you found this video any bit helpful, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. I tried to get some footage of doing this, but I couldn't really get a lot of angles just because of how tight it is down there. So basically, to recap, 17 millimeters, you'll want a flex head ratchet and a flex head wrench to get the driver's side, and then for the passenger side, you can get away with just a normal socket. It's just a little tight in there still because you still have things around you, but you don't need to get any flexible tools. So be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And I'm gonna clean up this dirty mess. So peace out. Catch you guys in the next one.